Hey guys, it's Melissa, and we are here tonight to talk about how you can leverage your groups for massive growth in 2020. So here's the deal. We got a lot of things going on tonight, but I want to know, the question of the day is, do you have a customer group already? So answer me in the comments. I want to know if you have a customer group, because this is going to play in later. So we're going to talk about three things tonight. We're going to talk about actually a lot, but we're going to talk about doubling your leads this year. We're going to talk about changing the dynamics of your group, and we're going to talk about building a niche empire and what all of that means. And then you're gonna want to stay till the end, because we're actually going to answer some really good questions from the elite group. So we already talked about this in the elite group, and they brought up a lot of really good questions that we're gonna go ahead and share those questions and answers at the end. So stay tuned for that. So let's get started on really what the whole concept of this is and where it came about. So basically, for the last long time, I've been seeing how our groups, my groups in particular, and we're talking direct sales here, so this is for my business side, not directly social. We're talking about the side gig deal. My group has been pretty stagnant for, I don't know, probably a year. And this is, I totally believe, all due to algorithms and things like that. But I also believe that society is changing, and we always have to evaluate how to change with society. And that's what I've always been really good at, is saying, we have a problem. Houston, we have a problem. Melissa's brain says, how can I fix this? And I love the puzzle making part of marketing and social media and figuring out problems. Okay, that's my thing. I'm very solution oriented. Now, other people see a problem and they're like, my group doesn't work, I quit. Okay, so if that's you, you don't even need to listen to this video, because I'm going to tell you how to fix it. All right. So basically, I've been watching and researching and seeing what's going on. And, my group is kind of dead in the water. So I moved everything about a year ago to my business page, and I've been rocking my business page. My business page does great, and I love working on my business page because I get interaction and I get shares and all of that good fun stuff. But my group, I have really just kind of laid to rest, actually, and I post business in there every now and then. But here's what I started missing. I wasn't able to share anything that I'm really, really passionate about, and I wasn't able to bring in new leads. So my group, I was always able to get bookings and recruits, and I was always bringing new people into my business on a level where I could connect. And that's what stopped, and that's what I miss. So how do I get that back? Well, I was sitting there thinking about directly social in general, and I was like, how can I double my leads this year? Because that's my whole goal, is to double my leads this year for directly social. Now, how can I do that? How can I breach into other niches that I know there's so many people that I could help with things that I know and I can teach them? So I had to write a list of all the things that I'm really passionate about. And that would be step one. Write a list of all the things that you absolutely love, okay? Now, you have to relate it somehow to your business. Now, 100%, it doesn't have to, but it would be better if it did. So, for instance, we were talking about if I was a Pampered Chef consultant, okay? Let's say that I actually suck at baking cookies, all right? And I'm a Pampered Chef consultant, and I have a Pampered Chef group, all right? But what if I created a group that was called 15 casserole dishes in 15 minutes or less. So, or 5-ingredient casserole dishes, or five ingredient casserole dinners. Okay? Okay. So just thinking, you have a name and a group that is no longer based around your business. It's based around a passion, because that's where groups are. Okay? People are searching for places to park and sift through information that will teach them something. Okay? They don't want to be sold to. They don't. So your group is dead because all you've done is sell to them. But if you had a group and you changed the name to 15-minute casserole dishes, you really honed in and focused on a niche that you are passionate about and you want to shout from the rooftops about. You change the group dynamics into something that people want to learn and you are happy to teach about, okay? And then guess what? You start having leads coming in from all over the place. And maybe in your pin post, you have something about who you are. And in that is included, oh, I sell Pampered Chef, blah, 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 blah. But this group is about casserole dishes. And in this group, you talk about everything that has to do with casserole dishes. You collect all the information from all over the place. Pinterest and Twitter and everywhere about easy 15-minute casserole dishes and everything that has to do with them. The bakeware, the hacks, the kitchen hacks. You can talk about everything, but the group is their sole purpose is this one niche, to talk about all casserole dishes, all of them, all the things about casserole dishes. Okay? So now you have people coming in, new leads coming in, and people searching for groups because they want to learn about casserole dishes, and you become the expert. That is what this is all about, is becoming the expert and teaching a new way, all right? Teaching new things. All right, so I want you to think about, here's an example, all right? So with Directly Social, I have a group. You guys all know that we have a group, and it was Directly Social with Melissa Feetsum or something like that. Well, when I started thinking about it and doing all this research, I'm like, so Directly Social, is anyone searching for that? Any new leads that I want to bring into my business, are they searching for that? Heck no. Are they searching for Melissa Feetsum? Heck no. Half of them don't know how to pronounce it or spell it, for that matter. So why is my name of my group that I want new leads to join, Directly Social with Melissa Feetsum? Stupidest thing I ever did, right? Well, not the stupidest. I've done a lot of stupid things. But here's the deal. I changed the name of Directly Social with Melissa Feetsum, thank God, to Social Media Tips, I think with Directly Social, but we're getting ready to change that again. You can only change it, by the way, every 28 days. So I actually assessed it even farther. And what I want to do is change it to Directly Social, or Social Media Tips for Small Business. Okay? So that's what it will be when I can change it again. But think about the difference in bringing in new leads. Whoa. Okay? People are searching for social media tips. People are searching for small business. What keywords do you have in the name of your group to bring in new leads? Okay? If it's the name of your company, that's why they're not joining, because you know what? They don't, say it with me, they don't want to be sold to. Okay, they don't want to be sold to. So they're not going to join a group where they're going to be sold to. They want to join a group to learn something. So figure out what it is you're passionate about and what your niche is and get it done. Okay. You have to figure out what your customers want and provide a service. And it can't revolve around your business anymore. All right. We have to go incognito stealth mode. But you know what? This is just as much for you as it is for your customers and your new customers, your potential customers. Because how many of you are just tired of selling? You know why you're tired of it? Because it doesn't work anymore. All right, society is changing. You need to change with it. Now, I want to double down and go back and talk about, something else that I did. I wanted to bring in new leads, right? So first of all, I worked on my group as it is, our group Directly Social. All right. So we changed the name and the direction of that group. All right. So the content of that isn't so much changing, but yours would. Now you change the name, you're gonna have something that has to do with your company. So if you're Pampered Chef, we're gonna hone in on casserole dishes. That's your example. But here's what I also wanted. I have so much more to teach. I have so much more that I could bring in. Where is another huge potential that I have? Okay, I love Canva. I love Canva. And I spend probably, 10% of my day on Canva, creating all kinds of material. So I love teaching it as well. I just don't have the time to do it. But what if I created a group and I started targeting a new audience by teaching something that I love? So this is what I'm just calling a sister group, okay? So I went and created this sister group, Canva Tips for Small Business, something like that. I'm not even sure what it's called. Canva Tips, all right? And then I put units in there to teach people all about Canva, all right? Now, I wanted to assess where this traffic was coming from. So because I want to know if I'm right. Of course I know I'm right, but I need to prove that I'm right? So I put one of the questions on the group as where did you hear about this group? Guess what? The most amazing thing happened. It is organic traffic coming from search and share because I'm providing value in this sister group. Now, I have gotten answers there's people sharing it in craft groups. There's people sharing it in Etsy groups. There's people who are sharing it in uplines and downlines. There's people who are sharing it in other business groups. There's people who shared it into a realtors group. Okay, there is traffic coming from all over the place. It is a Melissa dream come true. All right. So it's working. Having that sister group, changing the name to something that has nothing to do with my business. And I'm bringing in new leads. Am I shoving Directly Social down their throat? No, I'm not. But you know what I am doing? When they join the group, I ask them if they would like a thing on Canva, a playlist for Canva on the go. And when they say yes, I send them a lead form that has a playlist for Canva, which is what they joined the group to learn. So I gave them something that they really, really want. And in return, it actually says at the bottom of that email that they get, don't forget to join Directly Social for social media tips and blah, 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 blah. And don't forget to share this group, Canva, with your Canva tips with all of your friends. I believe I believe in my marketing soul that email is working. They're going, oh, this group really was cool. Let me share this with my friends because she already told me to share it. And guess what? She told me to join this group and it has social media tips. I might be interested in that too. So they're joining Directly Social because they joined Canva, the Canva group, and now they're joining Directly Social and they're sharing it with all of their friends. It's working. Marketing. Content marketing. Okay? Content marketing is giving people what they want and what they need, and it's relevant content to them, and in turn they listen and they hear your business and they see it in the background, but you don't have to shove it down their throat. Okay, they're gonna see it. It's gonna be in the description of your group. It's gonna be in the pinned post of your group on what this group is about. This group is about casserole dishes and all these wonderful things. And by the way, I'm Melissa and I sell this, and here's a link if you're ever interested. They're going to see it. You don't have to shove it down their throat. So that's what all of this is about, is just understanding that, hey, there's a new kid on the block. All right? There's a new way to roll. Society has changed and you have to change with it. Now, I know that's a lot of information. I want to know what is going on in your brain and what you think that you could do. But we're going to go into some questions that the elite group had. They had some really good questions, and I want to talk through. We have 5 of those questions here, 5 or 6. So we're going to go over this. Jen Wallace from Young Living said, what happens when people from your own company start joining that group? Here's what happens. You let them join. You know why? Because I have so many people who are like, no, this is my group and you're not joining and you're not going to take all my stuff and blah, 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 blah. And that's how I used to be too. But then I opened the floodgates wide open, and guess what started happening? The people who used to be consultants, who are no longer consultants anymore, are joining my team, because guess what? I wasn't the you-know-what who said, I'm not sharing anything with you. So be the pioneer in your company and say, look what I'm doing. You should follow what I'm doing because I'm doing it right. You should follow what I'm doing. It's okay. Come see what I'm doing. That's okay. Let them join your group. Let them join. All right. Now, do you allow them to take your content? And no, absolutely not. But you know what? It's really just going to be a passion that you're sharing. It's not about your business, and that's the cool thing. That's the cool thing. They're not actually going to want to share all of your information because you're not posting about your business. You're posting about your passion, and you're creating content that is also curated. It's not all stuff that you have to do yourself. It's, hey, I'm going to go to Pinterest and grab casserole dish recipes and tips and things like that. So you're not even like coming up with all of this content. You're just curating it for them. You're collecting. You're the collector. All right. You're saving them all the time and you're putting it in one place for them. So let them join. Good question, Jen. So Debbie Gillis from Cincy said she needed helps with names, and this is something that I wanted to go over. She's with Cincy, and what I came up with, we came up with a list, but I really love do-it-yourself candle tips and tricks. Okay, so how to and do it yourself, those kind of things, tips, tricks, those things are highly searchable keywords. Okay, so people who love candles are searching for that keyword. They're searching for, what if you have candle tips and tricks? You might have a bunch of Cincy people that want to see what the heck you're talking about in this group, right? Because it doesn't say Cincy. I highly, highly suggest that you do not put your company's name in your group title. All right. You can put a very little link that says, this is who I am, but you almost want to it's like an afterthought. Your group description is going to be all about what you're going to teach them. It's not going to be about your company. All right. It's not about your company. And make sure that you specify that. That's how you're going to get new leads. That's how you're going to build a new community. That's how you're going to share your passion, is you're going to do it by teaching a whole new community, all right? And bringing in a whole new community, all right? Good question. Kim Crops with 31. She says she has a group. This is funny. She loves coffee, and she sees herself just posting all kinds of coffee stuff. And she's like, should I change the name coffee or change the theme of the group that something has to do with coffee? Now I'm going to tell you, I think that now in this total opinion, all of this is my opinion, but I think that your group should have to do with something involving your business, all right? I do think that, Kim, you should have something like organizing tips for busy moms, all right? So, and you could even niche it down farther than that, all right? Organizing your home. Organizing tips for your home, something like that. Then you can tailor that whole group that you already have, who people are in there because they love organizing stuff, right? So you're not going to betray your current customers. It's still going to be helpful, very, very helpful to your customers, right? So I suggest that you keep that as is. You just change the name of that group. But if you love coffee and you are so passionate about coffee, first of all, we need to be friends. And then second of all, you need to have this sister group. I am very big on this sister group. I am very big on the fact that you need another group that has nothing to do with the first group, but you can link, you can start that from your business page, and all of these groups are going to be intertwined, okay? They're going to be in your suggested groups, and your people in your coffee group are going to see that you're a 31 consultant, and they're going to see that you're linked to this group, and it's going to be in a so all of this is going to intertwine. So if you are passionate about coffee, you need to have that as a sister group, all right? Just like my Canva group. Bringing in new people, right? I think that's a great idea for you, okay? Lisa Anderson had a great question. She's with Pampered Chef. She said, do you change the name of the group or create a new one? And actually, we just answered that as well. So I got ahead of myself with that sister group. I do think that you need to keep the group that you have. You need to stay true to your customers in there, but niche it down, take out company, and kind of start over on what that group is going to be about. And I actually suggest burying your company info, because your whole page, your whole group is probably nothing but everything that has to do with your company. I think you should bury that for a couple of weeks before you start really marketing the whole new casserole group that we were talking about. So make sure that somebody who comes into the group isn't going to see all of this spam that you don't want them to see. You want them to see helpful information. You want to start building albums in there, and you want to build a great description that's going to have links to casserole things on Pinterest and all these things that you've created. I mean, there's so much that you can do, but just do it wisely. All right. Now, let's talk about Patsy Walker from Norwex had a question. My company doesn't allow them to add customers. Their company doesn't allow them to add customers until they've purchased from their company, from them. So they're not actually allowed to add customers to a group. But here's the thing. Okay, I'm going to take the ghetto out of it. Okay, so here's the thing. Your company has no say-so over a group that is yours that is talking about cleaning hacks. Okay, so if you turn your group into cleaning hacks in 15 minutes or less, or something like that, cleaning tips and tricks. Okay, this group is no longer about Norwex. Norwex has nothing to say or no jurisdiction over your group because it's not about Norwex anymore. You are changing the rules and you are making that group about you and your passion, and you're no longer just pushing Norwex down people's throats. Do you see what I'm saying? This is no longer a Norwex group. This is a cleaning hacks group. So every now and then you might have that in the description in the pinned post, but I would only be telling people in a newsletter or something like that. You know, I'm not going to be pushing my business at all. I'm going to be making sure that I'm very careful to put that under the rug and behind the scenes so that people aren't leaving my group because they're getting spammed. So I am entering an age of no spam. That's what I'm doing. So you actually get the freedom of being who you are and sharing what you love. You're just going to do it in a different way. All right. You're going to do that in a different way. You're going to do that in a better way than what's been going on right now. So that is my answer for Patsy Walker. Very good question as well. So I'm so excited about all of this new direction that's going. I'm excited to hear what you're going to be excited to share. So please do let me know, let us all know what is going through your head and what maybe you are filing down. And I love to help in the discussions. We have these discussions in the elite group, and it's my favorite part when they start, well, what, I don't know how to relate it to this. And then we just start, batting back and forth, and everybody gives their opinion, and it's just amazing when those ideas start flowing. So don't be afraid to ask if you're really stuck or don't understand something. We love to help. So anyways, that's what we have for you. And we definitely went over our time today, but I was really passionate about this. I really wanted people to understand every aspect of it. And there's so much more to come this year on it. We'll definitely be talking about this again, but I hope you have fun thinking about this and starting a list and writing down all the things that you might be passionate about, and don't get too gung-ho, because remember, you can only change that name of your group once every 28 days. So really give it some thought before you dive in. There's a lot to think about. I will talk to you soon. It was great seeing you guys, and let me know. I'm so excited to hear what you guys are going to do. Bye, guys.